All right, we are going to cover the top 10 mistakes I see seniors making when you are looking for a life insurance policy for your final expenses. Number 10 is not comparing policy types. Just getting something in the mail and you think it looks good and you send it out, you answer all their questions, and you don't even realize maybe you got a term policy. You don't know what type of policy you've just purchased. And it just sits there in the drawer and you aren't aware of it. Knowing the types, knowing the difference between term insurance, whole life insurance, those are vital. You have to know those because term insurance does have an expiration date. It doesn't last forever. And the last thing that a senior needs to have happen is hit 80, 85 years old, and congratulations, you've lived a nice long life, but your policy's expired and you don't have any insurance. So I'd say that's number 10. Number 9 is ignoring riders and benefits that can be added onto the policy. That's for that, by the way. Ignoring the riders and the benefits. There is something called accidental death, okay? And this can be added on the policy. It doesn't cost that much. And what it does is it can double or increase the amount of your death benefit if you do pass away, non-health related. So that is, I think it's good to have on a policy. It doesn't cost that much, maybe a couple bucks a month, but it's worth it. Another feature that you can add on the policy is if you miss a payment, you can notify one of your loved ones. Why? You know what? We change our bank accounts. Oops, that draft didn't go through. And if you don't check your mail and something slips your mind, you could lapse a life insurance policy. That is horrible. You don't want that to happen. So when you do miss a payment, the insurance company will send a notification out to your loved one that you choose so that you'll know, they'll see it, say, uh-oh, hey dad, your policy didn't get paid, you need to make that payment. And it's just a safety net. But a lot of things like that can be added onto a policy and they're very valuable, okay? Number 8 is going through a captive agent. What does that mean? That means an agent that's only able to work with one insurance company. They're married to them. And while this isn't just always bad, I'm not just going to put a blanket statement say that's bad because it's not. But in this type of insurance, it's not the best because, as you will find out through these rest of the numbers here, it's very niche, meaning you could have COPD. And this one insurance company doesn't like people with COPD. So they either rate way high for it, they deny it, or they make it a guarantee issue policy when you don't necessarily need that. You could have gone to another insurance company and you're not going to have to worry about that. So that's why I say for, final expense insurance, not the best idea to go through a captive agent. Number 7 is not reviewing your policy. Let's say you have a policy. Congratulations, I'm so glad you do. Maybe you've had it for 10 years and it's like in a drawer and you never look at it. And maybe you got it and you put your sister as your beneficiary. And your sister's passed away. Uh-oh, that will be a problem. So looking at this policy that you have, reviewing it, making sure it's still going to be relevant for what you need. You don't ever want to get rid of an old insurance policy because it's old. I mean, you're going to have a great rate because it's older, right? You got it when you were younger. But making sure the information in that policy is still relevant is very important. And it's easy to just, overlook. And time flies, so it can happen. Number 6 is underestimating how much coverage you need. This is, I hate to tell people they need too much and then it becomes unaffordable. That's not what I'm looking for. But some people need to have a realistic idea of how much things are going to actually cost when they do pass away. And we know, look, what was the price 10 years ago? It was a lot less. So if you're in your 60s, you need to kind of think, go up a little bit because chances are you're not going to pass away for some time, and you're going to want there to be enough. So the younger, the better to get more coverage while you're younger. Something to keep in mind. Number 5, thinking you can only have one policy. Some people literally tell me, do I need to get rid of my other policy because I'm going to get another one? No, don't do that. That's horrible. You can have more than one policy. A lot of people have more than one policy. They'll have an insurance policy. Here's a perfect example. Say you know that your funeral, you're designating $10,000 to your funeral, okay? $10,000 to your funeral, make it in one policy. Beneficiary for that. Son, this one's for my funeral. If you want to leave them extra money for your son or your daughter, your grandkid, whatever, you get another policy, and then you can designate your beneficiaries how you want. But that is something that is helpful. Instead of just having one bigger life insurance policy, you can have smaller ones that can cash out and divvy up easier. Let's see. I have notes here. That's what I'm looking. Not giving health history. This is number 4. You guys, this is so important. When you're getting life insurance, we as your agents, we need to know what's going on with you, especially for this type of life insurance, because it is so, I use this word all the time, but it is so niche. It really is. These insurance companies, they really have certain types of ailments that they'll take and certain types they don't like. And they're not the same, they're all different. So if you don't give all the information to your agent about your health, the insurance company will know, because everybody has their health history in a health database, right? So we're all in this health database with all of our information. And the insurance companies are gonna see it. And not having the right set of ailments that you have, you're not doing yourself any favors, because you're just kind of hurting the agent from finding a company that's really going to be the best fit for you. Okay? Number 3, not telling your family where your policy is. That's a big one. Why? Well, I mean, think when you pass away, they're not going to know where the heck to call. They don't know. Where's mom's life insurance policy? Where's dad's policy? I don't know. You have to communicate this. This is vital, important. You think some of you are saying no duh, but you know what? A lot of people don't. So do tell your loved ones where your insurance policy is, what company it's with, how much money it is. Make a copy of the policy, give it to them so they know. Hopefully they don't lose it. Number 2, not answering medical questions. What do you mean? Okay. You've heard these commercials. You get them in the mail, flyers. No questions. Don't even have to answer any medical questions. Just fill a couple things out, send it in, and you're good to go. 1, no medical questions equals higher prices. And 2, no medical questions equals a 2-year waiting period on your policy. If you can answer medical questions, you are going to be far better. You just are, because the more questions you can answer, the more underwriting they can see you, the better the rate you're going to be. Okay? And the number 1 thing is delaying it too long, waiting too long. That's like a big dub, but it's number 1, because the more we wait, the more time we wait, the more that premium is going to go up and up and up, and we are exposed to other ailments that are going to befall us as we grow older. And some of these might be knockout questions, meaning you have to go to a guaranteed issue. I've got another video on what guaranteed issue is, but the older you are, the more chance you are to get a sickness that's going to knock you out. So be mindful of that. Once you get the policy, if it's a whole life policy, that policy is going to rate lock it in. The rate won't ever go up. But you have to get the policy for that to kind of be in effect so that you can reap that benefit. So don't wait. Don't keep putting it off. Don't say, I'll do it next year. I'll do it next year. Every year, that rate increases. That is the number one rating factor in life insurance is age. Okay? And another little bonus, I think this is worth saying, is having an agent that you know and that knows you. You know what I mean? There is something that is so, I don't know, I find it comforting when you have an agent that you can call up their office and they're going to answer and you're going to speak and you're going to know who you're speaking to. Versus you got a policy with an 800 number, there's 100 people in this building, who knows how many, you aren't ever going to speak to that person again. Having a relationship with your agent is so important because you're able to have a trust and a rapport, and you can tell your kids, hey, call my agent, I don't understand something. When you pass away, I will know where all your insurance policies are, and I can help your kids and guide them and be a helpful asset to them, okay? And it doesn't cost any extra. It's all insurance agents are paid the same. We're all paid through the insurance companies. It doesn't cost you anything. So you might as well have an agent that you can have a relationship with, okay? All right, those are my top 10. I hope they were helpful for you. If you like, you can share and let me know what is the most interesting or that you really didn't think of. Those are always interesting to see. Okay, well, I will speak with you next time and take care.